All right, folks, good evening to you. Coach Micheal Burt. I hope you're doing great. I'm in Houston, Texas today. And if you've been following progress, some of you may follow along. I was in Florida this weekend for the Living with a Monster Couples Retreat. And I want to say thank you to all the people that came out today, over 200 people in Houston, Texas, for a concept called Person of Interest, and all the people that were in Florida with us last week. And I'm excited about this webinar because this webinar is really going to teach you what I believe is the future of attraction. And it doesn't matter what you do for a living. If you're trying to attract people, energy, communities, build organization, man, this is the way of the future. Okay. And I'm telling you, from being out there coaching lots of people that have built massive downlines, massive organizations, massive communities, from a guy that has really spent a good part of my life packaging concepts on all of these things. So I just want to say that, man, I'm excited about working with you tonight, and I'm excited about getting you started and getting you up and getting you going. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me okay. Give me a heads up if you can hear me okay, or give me a thumbs up. Okay, I said yes, yes, yes. Okay, Eric White's telling me you can't hear me. I want to make sure you can hear me. So just click yes if you can hear me and see me okay. There we go. All right, so good. We're good to go. All right, so let's set the premise for tonight, because this is a great webinar, man. This leads up to a 2-day boot camp I do called the Micheal Burt School of Speaking, Coaching, and Publishing. Speaking, coaching, and writing. And here's the so many people try to build big organizations and communities of committed people. I believe there is no better strategy to attract, recruit, build, get people excited, get people recommitted than by positioning, by concepts, by coming up with incredible concepts that solve problems for people that people are attracted to. Okay. And I know at the end, like, what is this guy talking about? I'm telling you guys, when you learn what I'm going to teach you tonight, and you really learn how to come up with the concept, how to get in front of people, how to deliver a concept, how to collect data, how to make an offer, how to follow up and push something in the future, you really understand this. You're not going to just attract a few people. You're going to attract thousands and thousands of people. Just today in Houston, Texas, I collected 86 names, emails, phone numbers. We signed up probably 10 to 20 people at $2,500 a person. So that would be a purse of $2,500 to $40,000 purse, okay, for the day, plus 86 people who are interested. Tonight, we had 91 people on this webinar. We'll probably have 200 people that registered. That's 286, probably 290 people today. Okay, and that is the power of a concept. That is the power of a concept. So in this 1-hour webinar, I'm going to show you 3 things. Number 1, how to create concepts that attract large numbers of people. Okay, number 1, and it is the way of marketing. How do you create concepts that attract large numbers of people? Number 2, how do you deliver a concept, okay, that drives interest and energy, and more importantly, produces a gap in a person's mind so that they come to a conclusion that they need you to advance from A to B in their life. Okay, how do you deliver a concept that you give them a taste of the ice cream, I call it, but they come to their own conclusion that, man, they need to go deeper with you. They need you in their life. You're the guide. They're the hero. And so many people don't understand this concept, how to deliver a concept that produces interest and energy, and it elicits people who actually want to go deeper with you. And number 3, and this is maybe the biggest missing structure for people that do events, real estate people, health coaches, anybody that hosts events, this might be the biggest missing structure that I've ever seen, which is how to pre-frame and make an offer for a person to take an action with you that day, and collect data and follow up on that data. So 3 things we're going to cover tonight, 3 very important things: how to create great concepts, I had a business coach when I was 27 years old, and he said to me something I'll never forget. He said, before you become known, that's person of interest, before you become famous, known, renowned, celebrated, he said, learn to position by concepts. Learn to create concepts that attract people to you. Go all the way back to the 90s, Tony Robbins, Awaken the Giant Within, Unlimited Power, Covey, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Collins, Good to Great. These are incredible concepts that solve problems for people. So, but when you get people there, if you don't know how to make an offer, if you don't know how to pre-frame, if you don't have a call to action, if you don't collect data, then you're really wasting the opportunity. The whole goal is to attract people to you, get people into a cycle, follow up with those people, and solve problems for those people, guys. I can't tell you how many people that do events, get in front of people, they don't have a concept, they don't have a message, they don't connect with an audience, they don't collect any data, and they don't make an offer to go to something, whether it be free or the next step. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like you just got in front of 200 people. Like I saw people today get in front of 200 people and they didn't have any of these things. They didn't collect any data. They didn't have an offer. There's nowhere to go next. And I just want to coach them so bad because I'm like, man, I made this mistake. So many times I've made this mistake and I'm like, man, I don't want you to make this. I want to go up on stage and go, please don't make this mistake, because it is a mistake. Okay. So in this webinar, I'm going to show you the power of a concept. I'm going to discuss how to package and deliver that concept. How do you package and deliver that concept? I'm going to show you how to pre-frame. And then I'm going to offer you the ability to go deeper, to come to the Micheal Burt School of Speaking, Coaching, and Publishing and Writing. And I'm going to show you, because I spend almost a whole 2 days on concepts, packaging, delivery, offer. Gosh, man. And that's how you got to do it, man. You got to learn how to this cycle. I was coaching mortgage originators today, and they're struggling with lead generation. And I'm like, my top mortgage originators understand concept, attraction, collect data, make an offer, follow up, and convert. They understand how to do it. You got to figure this out. So I want you to think like this. And if you're taking notes tonight, and if you want to get my notes from tonight, I want you to just email eric@coachburt.com. And I'll send him my notes and he can send you the notes for this presentation. Okay. I want you to think like this. I need concepts that solve problems. I need concepts that solve problems. See, the first step of attraction, when I go out into the marketplace, I go, all right, what problems do I see? What reoccurring problems do I see that people have? I call those neglected problems. And these are problems that I see over and over and over and over. Okay. And I go, okay, how do I create a concept, a construct, a philosophy that would solve that problem for them? Okay. Because people are looking for somebody to solve their problem. They're looking for somebody to help them make money. They're looking for somebody to help them get wealthy. They're looking for somebody to help them get healthy. They're looking for advice on their relationships. They're looking for health, wealth, relationship. That's what they're looking for. And if you could say, hey man, I could help you solve this problem. So think like this. I need a concept that solves problems. Okay. That's what I need. Number 2, I need to deliver a concept with a concise message that presents a gap. Did everybody hear what I just said? I say solve the problem because you don't want to solve the problem, or they wouldn't have a need to go any deeper with you, right? Today, when I talk person of interest, I'm going to present a gap. I'm going to give you just enough of the ice cream to say, man, hey, I need to go deeper with this guy. This is a big concept. There's no way I can get it in 45 minutes to an hour. I need to go spend a day with Coach Burt to learn how to do it. Because if you give them the whole concept, what more is there to learn from you? Yeah, I noticed this today because I've been cutting back on my videos on Facebook and YouTube because it was getting saturated, right? I'm doing one every single day. And then I cut it out for like 4 or 5 days. And then I did a video today. It was like 600 views within a few minutes. You know why? I was giving away everything, man. I need to withhold something. So I need to deliver a concise message that presents a gap for people. Says, hey, I can help you, but I can't give you everything right here. Number 3, I need to learn how to pre-frame and offer Raise your hand if you're doing events right now, but there's no call to action at those events. Just raise your hand if you're doing events. And you're like, man, I'm guilty, coach, okay, of doing events and bringing people together, but I haven't offered them the ability to go deeper with me. So I get applause. People tell me it's a good event, but guess what, man? There's no action. There's no action. Okay. And so when you think about this concept, what I want to show you is that there's got to be what's called a CTA, a call to action, at the end of every event. And it could be sign up for this. It could be we're doing this every month. It could be get in this private Facebook group. It could be move to the next step with me, but it's never, listen to me, never, ever, ever. Thank you guys for having me today. See ya. Which is what so many people do. Number 4, I need to collect data that can be worked and reworked. If you study the law of diffusion says that only 16% of people are going to be early adopters and innovators. That means there's only a small number of people who are going to take action that day with you, but you need to offer the ability for them to take action. Okay. And I'm going to walk you straight through exactly how I did this today in Houston, Texas. I think we're going to get 20 people before it's over, sign up at $2,500 a person to spend a full day with me. Then we'll go out into the marketplace and sell it to other people. Maybe we get 50 people at 2,500. Who knows, right? I mean, that's a good purse for a day. Go out, help people doing what you're doing. I can show you how to do it. Take me, figure it out, guys. But I need to collect data. Every time I do an event, I need to collect data, whether it be a webinar. And you say, what's he talking about? Name, email, phone number. Name. Every time you do an event, I need to collect name. I need to collect data. I need to collect, right? This is very important to the equation. Now, let's start by asking a few questions. How many of you are trying to build massive organizations, trying to build communities, trying to build big downlines? You're probably here tonight because that's the number one thing you're trying to figure out. And you're like, man, just get this in your mind, man. You don't need more money. You need more people. The people have the money. The people want to join you. But how do they know to join you if you don't attract people in the first place? You need some honey to attract the flies, right? You need something to attract people. Okay. So when you think about this, if you're trying to build a big organization, build a big community, they're going to line up behind some core things: trust, belonging, purpose. Okay. This webinar is going to show you how to take this and package it up. When I was 25 years old, when I was 18 years old, I was attracted to my first concept, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And there was something about that concept. And I'm like, man, this is a great concept. If I want to be successful, I want to learn these 7 habits. And from 18 to 25, I studied those 7 habits. And I thought, man, this is an incredible concept. And then I got introduced to Good to Great. That was an incredible concept. And then I got introduced to the 5 Disciplines of a Learning Organization. That was a great concept. And then I got introduced to The Power of Intention by Wayne Dyer. And I'm like, oh man, this is incredible. How do I manifest concepts? See, I was so attracted to these things because they solve problems for me. I wanted to be successful. I wanted to manifest things. I wanted to go from good to great. I wanted to build an organization. See, you think I go out and sell my product. No, you need to quit thinking like that. That's a commodity. You need to start thinking, man, I'm going to come up with some concept so that I can go out into the market and have a message. And once I have a message, that message is going to attract people only if it solves a problem for other people. So I want to thank you because you're here tonight because you want to learn this. Okay. You want to learn how to come up with concepts and build massive organizations. I think about my EXP group, the honey badgers that I work with. See, a honey badger is a rugged little tough little animal, man. That's just rough and tough and gets the job done. That's a concept, right? That's a concept. It's not just we're a real estate team. We're a group of little honey badgers. We're a group of people who go out into the world and, man, we're rough and tough and we make it happen, man. That is a concept. We did a couples retreat around it called Living with a Honey Badger. That's a concept. How do you live with this rough and tough little person? Okay. Now, 25 years old, I paid $2,500. I invested. I didn't have $2,500 bucks. I went and borrowed the money from my mom and I went to a certification on the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and it changed my life. I invested in myself to learn a concept. And I remember at the end of the week, I had to get up and teach from that book. And I chose a chapter. See, here's concepts. Begin with the end in mind. Put first things first, right? Seek first to understand, then to be understood. These are all concepts. And I got up at the end and I taught. And the teacher pulled me aside. She said, Mr. Burt, nobody has ever learned these concepts like you. You know these concepts inside and out. And it was really then that I started to figure this out. It's like, man, people are attracted to concepts. They're attracted to mental constructs that solve problems for them. If you're trying to sell health coaching, you don't just sell losing weight, you sell confidence, and you sell getting your swag back, and you sell double your health, double your wealth, and you sell energy, and you sell clarity of thought, and you sell a concept like this. People that are healthy live 25% longer lives. They make 74% more money. That's the concept you sell. You don't just sell this. You open doors for people to come in. So 25 years old, man, this initiated a cycle for me. And I'm like, man, I'm going to start coming up with concepts. And so I wrote my first book called Changing Lives Through Coaching that has now turned into 17 books. And every one of them starts with a concept, starts with a problem. So that today when I was coaching people, I'm like, all right, start with a problem. I want you to type in right now a problem that you see over and over and over and over. Okay. I want you to type a problem that you see over and over and over and over and over. Just the first one that comes to your mind, just type it in the chat box. See, just look at these: stress, burnout, debt, overweight. See, look at this: debt, distraction. Okay. Now, see what you're doing here. There's RJ. What you're doing here is you're starting to ask the right question. How do I create a concept that solves this problem? You see, when I do that Micheal Burt School of Speaking, Coaching, and Writing, I make everybody in the room come up with their most powerful concept. Right, Julie Page? And I go, all right, what's your most powerful concept? Let me ask you question number 2. What are you uniquely qualified to solve? See, I'm coming to you and your community, and I'm joining your team, and I want to be part of your organization because I believe you can help me solve my problems. See, trust, belonging, purpose. I'm joining you because you can solve my problem. Somebody said, get off the rat race. Kiyosaki and Sharon Lecter made a fortune talking about the rat race with Rich Dad, Poor Dad and the cash flow quadrant. They made a fortune with Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That's a concept, folks, right? Kiyosaki had 2 dads, a rich dad and a poor dad. What a great story and narrative. And here's the problem it's going to solve for you. Who wouldn't want to have a rich dad that taught him rich principles? Okay. So when you're thinking about this concept, today, I'm going to walk through today and I'm going to show you how I did this. I came up with a simple concept called person of interest. Person of interest teaches people how to find their talent, how to market their talent, how to package their talent, how to monetize their talent. Today, I got in front of 200 people at this event with the concept. I spoke for an hour and a half. As I started the presentation, I said, I would like to send you my notes for today. If you'd like to get my notes for today, text in this number, 86 out of the 200, text in, and it immediately, through Genie Rocket, CRM company we own, immediately sent them an overview of my notes. Just like that. Now I got their name, now I got their email, now I got their phone number, and they raised their hand and said, I'm interested. Okay. Now I went on to coach for an hour and a half, and I began to talk about, man, I'm coming back on June 8th. I'm going to be breaking this concept down. This is a big concept. This would solve a lot of your problems. If you learn how to be a person of interest, you're never going to chase again. You're going to have leads coming out of your ears. You're going to learn how to do the webinars I do. You're going to learn how to generate 3,000 leads. What does life look like when you're not a person of interest? It's hard. It sucks. I did it at a church today, so I felt guilty saying it sucks, but it does suck when you're not a person of interest because you're chasing, you're trying to convince, nobody takes your phone calls. See where I'm going with this? I'm presenting a what? gap. I'm here to help you with this concept. Okay. I'm here to help you with this concept. This is the problem. So I want you to write this down. I'm going to outline the pain that you're having, chasing, trying to convince. Nobody takes your calls, supplicated position. I'm going to outline the problem. You're not a person of interest. I'm going to show you a path to becoming a person of interest, but I can't cover it all today. Therefore, I'm going to invite you to come back and spend a day with me to go deeper, to solve this problem for you. I showed you the pain. I showed you the problem. I showed you the solution, right? And I'm breaking this down, okay? And this is what I do at the Micheal Burt School of Speaking, Coaching, Publishing. I'm like, I show you how to come up with a concept, how to package a concept, how to market a concept. Now, how many of you, let's say I end up getting 20 people from today that paid $2,500. What is that? How many of you $50,000 for a day? Show you how to do it? Raise your hand if you take $50,000 for a day. If I could show you how to do it by position and by concept. Of course, everybody on here would, right? Everybody would take 50 grand a day. Then it's just a matter of how many people can you get in front of. This is possible when you learn how to do this. So I want you to stick around to the end, because I always offer people to go deeper with me. And many times on these boot camp, on these webinars, I give you a special offer if you stick around, but I'm showing you how to do it. Now, let's talk about struggle for a second. When I wrote my first book, I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know how to position my concept. I was just writing a book because I thought it was a deal. And I kind of went through book number 1 and book number 2 and book number 3. And then I got to a book I wrote called Zebras and Cheetahs, and we couldn't sell it. Like, we sold some copies, but we couldn't sell it. And I couldn't figure out, why can't we sell this book? I think it's a good book. And you know why? Because I didn't hammer away at the problem. I didn't present a gap. I didn't show people how the book solved a problem for them. I didn't know how to market the concept. And so when you think about this concept, my struggle was I didn't understand how to come up with a concept that hit a pain point, and I didn't know how to market the concept. And I would go speak, and people would buy the books, and they would clap, and they would tell me it was good. They would say, "We like you, Coach Burt," and then they wouldn't buy anything. And I would leave there so depressed, going, "Man, what is going on here?" You know what I didn't know how to do, guys? I didn't know how to convert. I didn't know how to make an offer. I didn't know how to pre-frame. I didn't know how to show a gap. I didn't know how to come back and offer a compelling solution. I didn't have the courage to make an ask to say, "Go deeper with me today." Right? And all of those things are things I've had to learn that I'm now teaching people how to do, because somebody was doing an event the other day, and I pulled them real close to me, and I said, "Look, I'm going to tell you something. If I had to go back and do this again, there's one big thing I would learn from the beginning: how to position by concept, how to make an offer, how to invite people to something in the future, how to pre-frame. If you're going to do events, you got to learn how to do this, or you're going to get on stages and get in front of people. People are going to like you, but you're not going to convert people." And this is a huge mistake. It's like a trainer telling you to work out at the gym, but never telling you to get your nutrition right. You're not going to lose weight by going to the gym, man. You're going to lose weight by getting your nutrition right and going to the gym. That's it. And if they would sit you down and tell you that, okay, this is very important. So Sherry, here's the big point. We don't know enough people because we got to come up with concepts that attract people to us. Those people today were complete strangers to me, by the way. I had a concept first. Okay. So when you're thinking about this, if you're already getting in front of people, how many of you are getting in front of people, but you're not collecting data? Raise your hand if you're getting in front of people right now, but you're not collecting data, meaning you're not capturing names, emails, phone numbers. Okay. I see all kinds of real estate agents doing events that never collect data, mortgage people, health coaches. Okay. We have a technology called Genie Rocket that can help you there, because today I did a text campaign, collected the data, sent them my overview, and then almost every 90 minutes they were getting a text message asking them if they'd like to go deeper to a boot camp, to come to the boot camp with me, right? And then they can say yes or no. Then we can start the sales cycle of our sales team following up with them to get them on the phone. Then we can send them a link to a funnel to take action on. but it all starts by collecting their data. So if you're interested in the Genie Rocket concept, then I'll have Mike Dole post in here a simple way to get the Genie Rocket so you can use the same techniques I use to collect data and then text campaign people and then drive them to something. It's easy, simple. Once you learn it, man, it makes a significant difference. Now, here's the second secret I'm going to give you tonight. So number one is we got to come up with the concept, man. Number one is we got to come up with the concept. Number two is you got to know this. Your concepts are going to come from your unique talent and skill set. They come from your past. Think about it this way. I'm paying you for your past. Your past helps me to build my future. The concepts I come up with come from my past, come from a breakdown. They come from a breakthrough. They come from a concept like, man, I see so many real estate agents struggling with this. I see so many mortgage people struggling with this. I see so many health people struggling with this. I see so many people struggling with this. Man, I'm going to come up with a concept that solves that problem. See, all the raw material you need comes from your past. Now it's a matter of how do I package this up into something, listen to the question, I am uniquely qualified to solve. Okay, I am uniquely, based on my past, my experiences, my mentors, my education, I'm uniquely qualified to solve this problem. Okay. And if you talk, somebody said overweight earlier, you could go out there and say, hey man, you're overweight. Can we get you on this program? Or you could go out there and you could say, man, based on my unique past and my unique experiences, I've got a group, Facebook group that I use, and we talk about how to do this. Okay, man, I'm writing a book and it's on a concept that helps you do this. And this is going to solve this problem for you. So let me give you some of my best-selling concepts. And then I want you to type into the chat box, what are some of your concepts that would attract people? See, one of my biggest best-selling concepts, person of interest. How to become known, how to become famous, how to be, right? Who doesn't want to be known? Who doesn't want to be recognized? Who doesn't want to be famous? How to become a must-have versus a nice-have. Number two, fanatical follow-up. Fanatical follow-up is a big concept. Genie Rocket is part of my fanatical follow-up. Number three, flip the switch. How to activate the prey drive in you and your team. Big concept. Okay. RJ Grimshaw, how to become a vital employee. Okay. That's a big concept. What about this one? How to go pro and leave your amateur desires behind. What about this one? My wife came up with this one, living with a monster. How do you thrive in partnership when you're married to a driven person? See, every one of these solve problems for people. Okay. These are the genesis of a message. People of interest have a message, they have a mission, and they have a lot of movement. See, if you're trying to build a big organization, look at all the top leaders that build big organizations. They got a message, they got a mission, they got a lot of movement. Okay, everybody see that? If you're trying to build big groups of people, why would I be attracted to you? Because you solve a problem for me. So here's the deal. I show you at the MB School of Speaking how to take a concept and turn it into a webinar, how to turn it into an event, how to turn it into a one day, how to turn it into a boot camp. See, I got 100 plus 150 health coaches coming to my lodge this weekend for a concept called tactical connection, how to use tactic and connection together. Everybody see that? So see, I mean, let's do the math here, folks. Over a period of time, you're just attracting so many people to you. Then it's like, which door would you like to step in? Would you like to come to a webinar with me? Would you like to do a 4-week series? Would you like to, everybody see that? Would you like to come to the lodge? Would you like to come see me in Houston, Texas? Would you like to come see me in Dallas, Texas? See where I'm going with this? It all starts with a concept. See, for all the health coaches that are on here tonight, Doug Wood said, man, I want you to come out to the lodge, and I want you to come out to Phoenix, and I want you to do Go Pro, Coach, habits of the top 1%. I said, great. He said, then I want you to do something on your growth system. And I said, man, I'm going to call that tactical connection. How do you tactically connect with people? Okay. So that's where I want you thinking. So now I take the event, I take the concept, and I start going, how do I create doors for people to come in through this concept? Now I'm thinking about a guy, because in my notes I wrote down here, a guy named Cody Askins, the insurance guy, came to my Micheal Burt School of Speaking, created over $600,000 of new revenue that year because I told him how to create concepts. His conference, 8% is a concept. Max Out, Ed Milet, that's a concept. Vaynerchuk, jab, 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 hook, concept. Cardone, 10X, concept. All of these are concepts. These concepts attract. Now, I'll be honest with you guys. I didn't always know how to do this. I was in your shoes at one point. When I wrote my first book, man, I didn't know how to do this. I just wrote a book. I didn't even know who it was for. I didn't know what my target market was. I didn't know who would purchase it. I didn't know how to attract people to me. What I was really selling in those days was just energy, man. It was just energy. And then John Gordon wrote a book called The Energy Buzz, which became a bestseller. That's a concept. See, I'm mad at John for writing that book versus me. Now, so everybody's got their concepts in here. Okay. Remember this, the concept's got to solve a problem. Now stick around to the end, guys, because I'm going to give you a chance to go deep with me, this MB School of Speaking. Okay. And I'm going to give away some things tonight that can help you. Okay. So the concept solves a problem. Now, guess what step 2 is? Once I have my concept, what do I got to do? I got to talk about it. I got to promote it. See, I started tonight's concept because I coach so many EXP people, so many health coaches. You know what they're all trying to do? Build organizations, build large downlines, build communities. That's what they're trying to do, man. How do I help them? I show them how to create concepts, connect with an audience, make an offer, present a gap, offer the ability to go deeper. If you don't know how to do these things, you're never going to do it. Okay. Now, here's the second concept. You're going to sit there and go, man, you don't believe you can achieve the same results. You're like, man, I don't know how to come up with concepts. I didn't know how to come up with concepts when I first started. My wife one day was talking about a guy who got serious about his health. He's in our program. And I said, what does it signify when a guy gets serious about his health and he loses weight and he gets in better shape? Here's what my wife said. She said, man, it signifies to his wife that he's in the game. Signifies to the market that he's in the game. I said, that is a concept. You should be talking about how to get off the bench and get in the game. And this is what it means to get in the game, right? So when you're thinking about this, here's what I want you to think about. Let's think about delivering your concept. So we got our concept, number 1. Our concept has to solve a problem for people, number 2. Now I'm going to walk you step by step in the delivery of a concept. Okay. I want you to think of a concept like this. Big concept. And then I want you to think like chapters in a book. Chapter 1 is this. Chapter 2, this. Chapter 3, this. And I want you to understand how to break down and deconstruct a concept. See, I spend a lot of time deconstructing concepts. Now, when you say, what are you talking about, Coach? When I create a concept, see, this is my remarkable. You see how I'm taking concepts and I'm deconstructing that concept, meaning I'm creating a concept and then I'm breaking it down into bite-sized chunks like chapters of a book. Big concept, flip the switch. How to activate your prey drive. Chapter 1, what is prey drive? Chapter 2, why do you lose it? Chapter 3, what are the 3 phases of it? Chapter 4, what are the 5 activators of it? Chapter 5, how do you get it back once you lost it? Chapter 6, how is prey drive related to selling? Now, when I break this concept down, what I'm really doing is breaking down the pain, the problem, and I'm offering a compelling solution. Start with the pain point. Okay. So today I started off, hey guys, I'm here to teach a concept called person of interest. Here's the problem. If nobody knows you, nobody flows you. You're going to spend your life chasing leads in a supplicated position, trying to sell. I want to teach you how to be the buyer versus the seller. How do you be the buyer versus the seller? I'm going to spend the next hour and a half showing you how to do it. If you'd like to follow along, text this number in, When I text the number in, I'm going to send you my notes for the day. This is the easy way to do it. If you got Genie Rocket, okay, don't get caught up on how complicated this is, guys. Let's simplify. Text in, I'll give you my notes. Boom, now I collected data by giving them something. So I exchange. I give you something and you give me something. I give you my notes, you give me your data. Okay? Now, that's very important to this equation. Now, once I have the data, I start making a case. This is called presenting a gap. And the gap is, here's where you are, and here's where you could be, and here's the problem. And we're going to tackle some of this, but we can't tackle it all in an hour. See, if you're doing events, we can't cover all this in an hour, man. This is a book. It's a big concept. I give examples, success examples of people that I've used, right? And I began giving them content. I'm going to show you this is the problem. This is the gap. This is where we need to go. We ultimately need to become people of interest. Here are examples of people I started coaching. Here's the kind of results that they got. And I'm going to begin seeding the concept that we're going to offer them a chance to go deeper with us. No different than I'm asking you to go deeper with me by coming to the Micheal Burt School of Speaking, Coaching, and Writing. So I can literally show you how to generate 50,000 in a day. Okay. How do you get to at least 25,000 a day by what I'm showing you here, guys? How do you attract large numbers of people? How do you create events out of nowhere based on a concept? How do you get people to come to those events? How do you collect their data? Okay. So you begin seeding that some of you in the room are going to want to go deeper and solve this problem that you got, which is obscurity. Nobody knows you. Okay. I drive home what life will look like if they don't take action. See, I start talking about what would life look like if you don't do this, if you don't figure this out, if you don't move forward, if you don't do something. See, then they go, oh my gosh, man, I got to figure this out. And then I actually challenge the audience. How long have you had this problem? How serious are you about going pro and leaving your amateur desires behind? Why would you wait till later? See, that's where I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get them to go, I got a problem, and dadgummit, I'm solving that problem today. I need to create a sense of urgency today. I'm going to challenge the audience, and then I'm going to make an offer. Now, this is very important, what I'm about to tell you. This is very uncomfortable. This part for most people is very uncomfortable. I want you to think about you speaking at an event. You had a concept, you got in front of people, you didn't collect data, you didn't push them to something in the future or make an offer. So in essence, you really wasted the opportunity. And you know why people don't make an offer? Because it's uncomfortable. Feels like you're selling something. I want to change that perspective in you tonight. And I want you to think of it like this. I want you to think of it as I can't help you until you commit. I know how to do this. I would like to show you how to do it, but I can't unless there's some kind of exchange. And that exchange today was sign up. It's $2,500. Move forward with me. I'll come and spend a full day. We'll go deeper on this concept. We collect the data and we slow down and make the offer. And let me tell you what that means, guys. And I spend a whole session on this at the MB School of Speaking, Coaching, and Writing as I show you how to make an offer, how to pre-frame. And when you're making an offer, you literally slow down and you walk them step by step in what they're going to get when they sign up for you. Man, when you join our team, let me show you what we're going to give you. I'm going to give you 2 days with me at the lodge. I'm going to do a VIP night for the people that sign up from this webinar, where I come in and spend some extra time with you. I'm going to show you how to come up with a concept. I'm going to show you how to package that concept into 12 different profit generating mechanisms. We're going to break down how to get it on speaking stages. We're going to break down how you build coaching programs, how you build products, how you write books, how you sign publishing deals. See, you slow down and you literally walk through, this is what you're going to get when you go deeper with me, is I'm going to take this concept and I'm going to help push this through you. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is because I have to help you overcome this psychology of, oh my gosh, I'm scared to death to ask people to take action with me. I'm scared to death to ask people to move forward with me. I'm scared to death to ask people to make a buying decision today. I'm scared to death, right? I am scared to death to do that. Okay. Now, I'm going to take questions at the very end. So if you got questions for me, Sherry, anybody else that's got questions, I'll take it, right? Because what I'm doing is I'm teaching you. I got a concept. The concept solves a problem. Right? People come to the concept because, man, they're looking for solutions. You get in front of those people, speaking, coaching, events, webinars. You hit that pain point, you present a gap, and you show them how you are uniquely qualified based on your past and your experiences to solve this problem for them. You have a call to action. You show them what it's like if they don't take action, and you keep them in a forward position, right? Now, once you've collected their data, once they've opted in, once they've said they're interested, now what? Now you initiate a follow-up. And you do that through Genie Rocket or through your Salesforce or by you calling and following. See, when we collect 86 names today, we're going to hit them with a series of text messages to see who's serious and who's not serious. And then we're going to start a sales cycle. Calling. Man, I know you're interested, but you didn't take action. Oh, you can't do that? Oh, would you like to do this? Would you like to get in Coach's Purpose to Profit? Would you like to get in a 4-week event? Would you like to, oh man, you want to work with your oh, did you know we have Living with the Monster? See, these are all concepts that solve problems for people. Now, every one of these things I'm teaching, this is big concepts, man. It's taken me 20 years to figure some of these things out. Every one of these things I'm teaching you are things that I break down in depth at the Micheal Burt School of Speaking. It's a 2-day event. I've got one in May coming up. I've got one in July. I've got one in October. Some of you have already gone through that school, but if you have not, I want to encourage you. If you want to get serious about building big downlines of people, communities, organizations, I think about Doug and Tia One that I've worked with. I think about Dan Valentine I'm working with right now. Harold Prestonbach I'm working with right now. I think about Jay Kinder and Al Stasic, Jimmy Franklin, Kunal Seth. I think about all these go up in Michigan that I'm just starting to work with. I think about all of these people who have built massive downlines. Dusty Goulas is building his in Alabama. What I'm doing is I'm teaching them, RJ, how to come up with concepts to attract, right? How do you attract it? How do you attract? How do you attract? How do you solve problems? How do you put people in a room? Okay. Now, number 3 point. You believe there's external factors that are limiting you from doing this, even though they believe this is for them. You don't believe you can start this and do this like I do it. Listen, folks, here's what I would tell you. Here's some case studies. When I first started, all I had was a message. I had confidence. I had a demonstrated capacity of winning as a coach. I had energy. I took that energy out to anybody who would listen to it. I spoke in front of college courses, didn't pay me anything. Rotary clubs, I called that the bad chicken circuit, where they fed me bad chicken, but they didn't pay me. Leadership camp, junior pro coaches. When I first started, all I did was kept trying to come up with a concept that would hit. And then when I wrote my 3rd book, This Ain't No Practice Life, I'm like, this is a big concept, man. There's 7 decisions in this book. This is a big concept. And people begin to ask me to speak on that concept. You don't need more money. You need more people. The concept gets you in front of people. Think about atomic habits, small habits that make a big difference. See, that's a big concept. I'm reading a book right now called Beyond Blessed by Robert Morris. I'm reading a book called $1 Billion Loser about WeWork. See, I'm reading these books, Speak to Sale. These are concept, $100 million offers. These concepts attract people in the door. Once they're in the door, collect data, present a gap, have a call to action. Okay. Now, here's the objections that people give me when I start teaching this stuff. Number 1, they don't know. You don't know how to do it. Number 2, you don't believe you can achieve these results. These are things people are saying, like, man, just start with one concept. Start with one webinar. Start with one engagement. Start with one thing to see if the concept would work, right? The number 1 reason people don't do it is they don't believe they can do it. This is a mindset of defeat. This ain't you, man. You're a person that believes you could do it, or you wouldn't be here tonight. You believe there's external limits that are prohibiting your success. Now, if this is piquing your interest tonight, and you're really getting serious about this, I'm going to encourage you to come to the Micheal Burt School of Speaking, Coaching, and Writing. Okay, Will, I'm going to encourage you to get in a room with me and spend 2 days with me. Because what you're going to get is you're going to get how to position by concept. You're going to get how to have confidence. You're going to get how to put people in a room, which is all we do all day, every day. You're going to learn how to build big organizations. You're going to learn how to do this at a professional level, not an amateur level. You're going to learn it at a professional level. Now, who will this work for? Work for anybody. Real estate agents, health coaches, business owners, small business people, anybody who is serious about building big networks, right? This is the way of the future, man. This is the way of the future. It is to learn how to create these things, okay? Now, probably take you years to figure this out. Thank you, Julie Bolt. I'll see you there, I think in a few weeks. Julie's one of our top students. She's taken this to build her business. She's doing exactly what I coach on. She's creating concepts, Facebook groups. She's pushing people to something in the future. She's following this formula, and the formula works. Now, I wouldn't go at this alone, folks. I would not go at this alone. You're going to be coming back to me 5 years from today, and you're going to be like, man, how do I do this? I don't know what I'm doing. Just like I didn't know what I was doing until I got coaching, right? Now, the logic says this is hard. I disagree. It ain't hard. Once you understand the formula, you then understand I can do this. I can come up with a simple concept. That concept can solve a problem. I am uniquely qualified to solve these problems for people. Now, along the way, you're going to have questions. You're going to have fear. You're going to have anxiety. You're going to think you're not good enough. I've had some people I've coached go do it, and boom, I got a concept. I got a one sheet. I got a speaking video. I'm having events. And I've had other people sit around and mess around with this concept for weeks and months and never do anything with it. Then they come back to me. Here's what they say. I don't have enough leads. I don't have enough people on my team. I don't know how to recruit. I don't know how to attract. Quit recruiting people. Start attracting people. And the way you attract people is through this concept. Okay. Now, May 12th and 13th is my next MB School of Speaking, Coaching, Writing. I've got one in July, 14th and 15th. I've got one in October. Okay. That School of Speaking is a $5,000 investment. I'm going to show you. One guy came and made $600,000 over the next year. I've had multiple people tell me it's the best thing they've ever done with me, because I'm taking 20 years of what I have taught and condensing it into 2 days. Concept, message, market, distribution. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you this, for the people that take action tonight, I told my team I'd do one more webinar before the May 12th. For the people that take action tonight, we're going to give you that 2 days with me. I'm going to scholarship $2,000 to you. We're going to give it to you at $29.97. So it's a $5,000 investment. I'm going to take 5 people, no more than 5, at $29.97 who want to learn how to do this at a big level. So if you're trying to build an organization, you're trying to get on a stage, you're trying to write a book, you're trying to do webinars, you're trying to figure out how to do it, I'm going to scholarship $2,000 to you for the first 5 people that take action tonight, because I reward action, man. People that are bold, people that are decisive. See, people that get scared about these things, man. Here's the cold hard truth, man. You're probably never going to do it, because you're never going to bet on you. And to do this, you got to do it. Okay. So RJ, I've got one in Nashville, Tennessee. I've got one in Dallas, Texas, May 20 and 21. Okay. These 2 days are going to be at the lodge. So I've got one in May 12th and 13th in Nashville at the lodge, one July 14, 15 at the lodge. I've got one in Dallas, Texas, May 20 and 21. Okay. And if you're out there and you're interested in any of these, the people that take action tonight, I'm going to be offering this at $29.97 versus the $5,000 investment. So if you're interested in that, what I need you to do is email eric@coachburt.com. Okay. Day 1 starts at 9 a.m. and it goes till 4 p.m. I'm going to do a special little VIP, probably 5 to 6 with the people that take action on this, with a small group of people. And then I go back the next day from 9 to noon. And then we have a window in the afternoon on the second day where we break down ideas, whiteboard, all of those things. Okay. And I'm telling you, man, this is something that'll show you how to do that. If you're serious about this, you got to remember, guys, I've worked with Jay Kender and Al Stacy, EXP. I've worked with Doug Wood. Okay. I've worked with the top people who know how to position by concept. And I'm showing them creative concepts that attract. Okay. So Stephanie's in Dallas, Texas. I'm coming there May 20 and 21 to do this. Okay. That one right there is typically 4,500. When you stay off campus, we're going to give it to you tonight at $29.97. And I'm only taking a small number of people. So if you're serious about this, I want you to email Eric White right now. He'll get the agreement over to you. We'll get you signed up. We'll get you enrolled. I know last time I did a webinar, I think 6 people signed up. They're coming in Nashville. So the dates are the 12th and 13th of May, July 14 and 15. Then I've got one in October at the Lodge, or I've got one in Dallas, Texas, May 20 and 21. And this will be that Micheal Burt School of Speaking, Coaching, and Publishing, where I show you exactly how to do this. My goal is $25,000 a day. And man, I want to get you to $25,000 a day. Today, I think it's going to be a $50,000 day. So it all goes to zero at midnight, and then I start over again tomorrow. But this is the way of the future. So I'm going to stop there and start taking some questions. I got about 8 minutes to spend with you. And if you want to ask me any question on concepts, on anything, then let's take some questions right now. If you're serious about doing this, folks, I'm looking for Navy SEALs, not baby seals. Okay. So Eric at coachburt.com. Okay. Kristen wants the, okay. You want to go to Eric C at coachburt.com. That's who you want to email. He'll get you the link to sign up for these. And this is a special link. If you go to my website, you're going to see that the prices are much higher. Okay. You're going to see that the prices are double what I'm giving you tonight. So if you're serious about it, tonight's the night. It's like blue light special at Kmart, folks. If you're serious about it, you're going to get in. If you're not serious about it, we're going to keep doing webinars. Okay. Okay. How much for a year member in October? Michael, email Eric White, Michael Rittenhouse, email Eric White. Eric can get you the notes as well. Your wife worked at Kmart. That's funny. Okay. All right. What questions do we have? Eric at coachburt.com can get you signed up. I'm willing to take any questions that you have. You can unmute yourself. Okay. Sherry, I don't call people because I don't know who to call. Where to find people? What you start doing, Sherry, is you start coming up with concepts. This is a very important thing. I don't cold call people. What I do is I create great concepts and I attract people. And once those people are attracted to me, either on Facebook or anything that I post, then I follow up with them because now it's a warm lead. See, I got in front of that group today because I had a concept, person of interest. And this is so important to the equation, guys. Because if you don't have any concepts, then man, you're just out there trying to sell a product. I'm not trying to sell a product. I'm trying to attract people who want to go deeper with me to teach them something. Okay. If I'm a health coach, I'm trying to attract people so I can help them get on a path to health and wellness. If I'm an EXP agent, I'm trying to attract people so they can join my downline. If I'm trying to build an organization, I'm trying to attract people, but it all starts with the concept. And only the market will tell you if the concept is strong enough. I have created bad concepts. I created concepts that didn't work. You guys heard me talk about small towns and big dreams. I wrote a book called Small Towns and Big Dreams because I thought everybody in small town had big dreams, only to figure out that not everybody in small towns has big dreams, folks. We couldn't sell that book to anybody. It was a great concept. It was not a good concept. Okay. So I've created bad concepts. I've created concepts that I thought, look at Purpose to Profit, which is my 2-day virtual summit coming up. Many of you come in through that, man. It's a great concept. How do you take your purpose to your profit? Now, then I'm going to break it down into chapters. How do you find your purpose? How do you package it? How do you market it? How do you monetize it? I'm going to break that down into a 2-day virtual summit. Okay. That could be a book. I even thought about calling my whole coaching program that. If you've already written a book, will you help with refining? Absolutely. See, the book is an asset. The book is a concept. I got to show you how to make money with the book. I've signed $250,000 contracts because of my book. I've generated 3,000 leads because of my book. That's one thing I cover at the MB school. How I generate 3,000 leads every 90 days from concepts. How do I get speaking engagements from the book? How do I turn the book into coaching programs? How do I use the book to become known in the world? So I will definitely show you at the MB school how to do that. Okay. So if you already got a book, you're already in a good position. Now it's a matter of how do we market it? How do we distribute it? How do we get attention for it? How do we get known for it? Okay. So if you haven't gone that purpose to profit, there's that event you could sign up for as well. I'm going to have 500 people on that event guaranteed. And we're going to convert that event into probably $300,000 or $400,000. Okay. My husband's about to publish his book. I'd love for this him hone in on audience and how to translate it. Stephanie, this is very important because 90% of books will never sell more than 5,000 copies. They don't really, so people write books and they don't know how to market the book. They don't know how to position. That would be me for my first probably 3 or 4 books. Even when I wrote Zebras and Cheetahs, which was published by Wiley, I still didn't know how to market it. Now I know how to market. Now I know how to promote. Now I know how to create events around the book. Okay. So this would be really, really good for your husband. I'm telling you, this 2-day event with me will blow your mind. It's me taking 20 years of mistakes I've made, packaging those things up and showing you, man, don't make this mistake. Get the concept right. Learn how to promote it. Learn how to market it. Learn how to make money with it. It's the whole reason you do it. So this would be really, really good for him, Stephanie. I strongly recommend you guys come to this. Okay, come on. You got questions? You got 4 minutes for any questions that you guys want to ask. The cost is per person. If you come with a couple, I do consider couples one. So if you come with a partner, then you're buying 1 ticket, and that would include 2 people. If you're married or partnership, you know, if you're in partnership with each other that way, then it would consider it would be I do include that as one. So you wouldn't have to buy 2 tickets if you're looking to come and you're with your couple, or you know, like me and my wife wanted to go to something. I don't consider it 2 spots. I consider it 1 spot. Okay, so you would just get one ticket that included 2 spots. Hope I didn't confuse you there. Okay, great question. I love doing this stuff, man. I'm a nerd when it comes to creating concepts. I sit around, I draw them up on my board, I think about it. This is the way of the future. I try to tell people this. Some people don't listen to me, but I'm telling you, from doing this, this is the way you got to do it. This is the way of the future. Create incredible concepts. Okay. Thank you. The family's doing good. I'm expecting a 3rd child coming up in August. We just got back from Florida with the whole family that we took to the couples retreat. Really, really incredible. Okay. Thank you. All right, guys. I think it's been a great night for us tonight. I hope this is it a 2-day event only or a longer program. Right now, this is a 2-day event. Eventually, I will take this to probably a real school. So there in the future, it could move to residencies where it's a week. We come in and work on your message. You have practice speaking. You get coaching and media training. It could eventually move to a bigger, like a real school. Right now, it's a 2-day school with me. And we do go typically 9 to 4 both days. In Dallas, it's an evening and the next day. Okay, but when you come to the lodge, it's that. Okay, let's see if there's any more questions. Answer, dismiss, nope. Okay. So we certification programs, James. Eric White work with you on certification. You have to go through 2 boot camps to be certified. Okay, you have to go through testing to be certified, and then we're actually bringing in a person to help us with that certification. It should be starting pretty soon. Karen, yes, it is 2 days, and it's $29.97. So you're 2 days off, $2 off there. But yes, the one in October is 2 days. And if you take action tonight on that, we are allowing people to come to the May one, the July one, and the October one. You pick one of those that you want to come to for $29.97. It's typically $5,000. The one in Dallas is $4,500, but you can get it for $29.97 if you stay off campus. The lodge is 35 minutes outside of Nashville. So you fly into the Nashville International Airport and you are 35 minutes from Nashville. Great question. Okay. Thank you. I'd love to see you, Karen, in person. You're going to see a lot of coaches there. You're going to see a lot of real estate, a lot of insurance, a lot of successful business owners. We typically have 20 to 40 people at these, so it's very intimate. And it's literally right there with me. coaching and pouring into you and in a room with you. So it's really, really one of my favorite. It's really one of my favorite things that I do. All right. Thank you. Do you take your chapter breakdown? Yes. In that I do take down the chapter breakdown. Sorry, Stephanie, I didn't see that. I take the chapter breakdown of your big concept and make them into free events. I do make them in. Those are called splinters, by the way. A splinter is a free event like a webinar. It could be one chapter, and you use the one chapter to invite people to go deep with you. Okay, let's see. I got another one here. I have a concept, another option to help people health. Do it. Leverage the concept, all the negativity doctors have towards a coach. You know, when it comes to doctors are trained a certain way. I'm with a lot of doctors in life. They're trained to be right. They're trained to be experts. They're trained to be professionals. And therefore, you have to really create concepts that some will be attracted to, but not all will be attracted to. I create concepts that some people don't like, and that's okay. I'm only looking for people that are looking for me. Concept actually weeds out the people who are not interested in you. Today, when I ask for people, if you want the notes, text in. 86 people text in. Some of them did text in. When I made the offer at the end, some of them didn't want to do it. Some of them hightailed it out the door. But I was only looking for 10 people at 2,500, guys. It's 25,000. If I get 20 people at 2,500, it's 50,000. So now I got a concept. Now I got a day. Now I'm inviting people to come. See, then they get involved in the community. So this is how you build the downlines. This is how you build it, is you learn to position by concept. Okay. All right. I couldn't find the number to text in. All right. If you're trying to text in, Sherry, Eric White will text his number in here. If you were there today, were you talking about the number from today to get the slides, or are you talking about from tonight? I'm getting a lot of messages from people here. All right. Oh, today. All right. From today. Let me see if I can find that number from today, and I can text you, Sherry. Sherry, the number for today was, I don't want to confuse anybody. Text in. The number from today was 615. There you go, Mike Dole. Mike Dole texted in there. That's the number. That was the number from today, if you wanted to get the text in from today. And Sherry, if you're interested in coming back to Houston, that could be a good event for you. You may have already signed up. Okay. But that we really could help you if you come. Okay. All right, guys, it's been a good night. If you need anything, you can text Eric White. If you're interested in doing any of these things with me, you have to take action quickly on the $29.97, because if you go to my website, it is $5,000. Okay. And we do hold true to our pricing there. We'd love to have you. We'd love to be interested in you. Thank you for everything. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being coachable. Thank you for letting me pour into you. You guys give me my purpose. I appreciate you. It's a big week. I'm going to be in Houston one more day tomorrow for some events. Then I'm going to Michigan for 2 events on Wednesday. Then I got about 100 coaches coming to my lodge this weekend for Tactical Connection. It's going to be great. So I love you. I appreciate you. Everybody needs a coach in life. Come up with great concepts, get in front of people, collect data, follow up. By all means, ask them to go deeper with you so you can help them. Okay. Love you guys. You guys have a great day. If you need anything, I'll let Eric stay on here for just a few minutes and can take any questions if you have those. Thank you, guys. Before I get started, there is one very important question I have to ask you.
Coach Micheal Burt, Monster Producer Academy CEO. He's a personal friend of mine.
What good is it to have knowledge with no desire? What good is it to have desire with no skill? What good is it to have knowledge and skill with no confidence? A big part of activating your prey drive is finding and refining your talent. This is something that helps you get to the next place. People are made up of 4 parts: a body, a mind, a heart, and a spirit. You need to know you, and then you need to have an awareness, and sometimes you don't even know what you need. So all 4 parts of our nature have to be clicking. Your hard skill solves my problem. The bigger the problem, the more money people will pay to solve it. Everything is valuable to your future. What I'm really paying you for is your past. A monster producer combines multiple skills to dominate a market. When you get to wake up every day and do what you love doing, man, it is hard not to be motivated.
They think at a higher ordinance than everybody else. They want to create new things.
I have a conviction about me, and that's the conviction that you feel when I talk, when I speak. It comes across as passion.
You got to learn how to connect to another person at such a deep level that it moves them. You have goals, you have targets, but you don't have a sense of urgency.
They're going to exchange money, energy. They're going to raise capital. They're going to start new businesses. There's going to be joint ventures.
I think your purpose finds you. It is activated. The word activate means to initiate.
Discipline, which is a derivative of the word disciple, which means to give yourself to a person or cause you believe in. Do you believe in your future, yes or no?
When we know better, we do better. Finding the problem that you are uniquely qualified to solve, and you don't know what problem you really solve for whom, then there is no big financial exchange right there. You should leave here thinking bigger today than when you came.
And I want to shake your hand and look you in the eyeball when you make this decision. Thank you. We'll see you in the back. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.